It's Week 18 of the NFL, and we'll get a look at this team's leader at quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. Hold on tight. We're in for an exciting one, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gardner. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and off we go on EA Sports. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a look here now at their fourth-year quarterback.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
It was good. Four touchdowns, one pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
They got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
I'm going to give him another shot.
All right. I think the ratio's pretty good. He'll try and eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
And right off the bat, look at him lay out there and make the grab. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Back to throw here. That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 2nd and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
They'll look to throw here on first down. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. So from the 37, here's 2nd and a couple.
2nd and 2 at the 37-yard line.
He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
In motion comes the tight end left. They'll look to throw again. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Back to throw again. Touchdown! Adnan Mitchell. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Leading them out is their 6'2 quarterback who was a fourth-round pick back in 2012, Kirk Cousins.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie, one of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up second down. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. Cousins now from the 50. Throw out wide to Walker. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first, thanks to a flashy little spin move. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
Cousins. Got his man, Okonkwo. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll make it second down. Now to the ground. Here's Walker. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Okonkwo from 3 yards out. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
I do believe we came here to see a game, didn't we? And it looks like he's running what we call routes versus air. You just go out there with your offensive unit and throw the football with no defense. He's 5 for 5 on the opening drive.
He was on his game there for drive number 1, but my only thing is now he can't go any higher than that. He was so perfect. Can he do it again later?
Yeah, all he cares about right now is making it 10 for 10, 15 for 15,
Keeping that going.
and he feels like he can get it done.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down. Well, they'll run it right here on the jet sweep. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
That's caught right side by Worthy.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a first down right out of the gate.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. Under pressure, and down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Here's Cousins. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now Cousins. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
Pardon me, sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. Well, let's see who's faster.
Now Cousins here on the bootleg. Throwing left side, it's complete. Touchdown! A great play there. 37 yards. And his guys have taken the lead.
When you give up a long touchdown drive, you're looking for a silver lining. In this case, it's the fact that your offense had a chance to rest, and now they can come out in the field charged up and ready to go.
Now Folk for the extra point. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the
Personal
follow-through.
foul. Roughing a kicker. Defense.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look.
Well, here we sit, Week 17. Just one more week in the regular season after this one. So if you're one of these teams trying to make a move and improve your spot or jump in from the out.
Look at this. Middle of the field, a breakaway. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A big play there.
70 yards.
And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And able to get this out to the 25.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Cousins to throw it. Underneath, he's got Olsen. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after one. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. As they've got it as we resume action. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
The third down conversion is successful. Give them 12 yards that time. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3 and out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation, pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 8.
Now Cousins. He finds his man complete. That's Reed. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Cousins.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
Sharp there with his feet. Gets him a little extra space. And then drop just inside the 20.
61 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Play fake. Cousins. And he just chucked that one out of bounds out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Cousins now.
Over the middle, he has Okonkwo.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Walker.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. To throw, Cousins.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down. Folks, kick is good.
And they take a 17-14 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there.
2nd and 11 now.
He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
In motion goes the tight end.
On the counter, this is Robinson.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. 1st down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And we'll see what he can do on the return. Call out a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return.
Kenneth Walker headed back out there.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
Now 3rd down and 7. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Working out of the gun, Cousins.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Over 70 yards receiving now for him in this first half alone, as he's got a first down on that last catch.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
To throw is Cousins. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it's second down. Throwing, Cousins.
The throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Cousins again.
This one goes underneath to Walker.
Still going. They can't stop him. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It'll be a gain of 16 and give him a first down as well. From the gun, here's Cousins. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. From the 35 on second down, Cousins.
To the sideline and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Cousins from the gun on 3rd.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Again, he'll drop to throw.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Throw to the right, caught by Okonkwo.
And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now on the afternoon, and they are able to add on to their advantage.
So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Folk connects on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that one a long 11-play drive. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Flush to his right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one. They'll look to throw now on first down. This complete to Mitchell. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Here's 2nd and 3.
They're going to look to throw.
Got a man over the middle, Worthy.
Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. He'll look to throw.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Tucker's kick is good, and this is back down to a 7-point game. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Final play of the half, Cousins. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. This is caught inside the 15. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And it's the visitors who are out in front in the second quarter. Marvin Harrison Jr., a touchdown catch in that first half. From Chicago, we head north to the home of their rivals as we check on the Packers at home in Lambeau. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Caleb Williams leading the way there. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Jamar Chase, well over 100 yards receiving with 3 touchdown catches. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3?
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The visitors' offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And as we near the conclusion of the regular season, nobody has surpassed the amount of receptions that he has put up to this point.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
On the counter, it's Walker.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Now 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left in no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. That is caught. He's got the first down and more.
And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run. 38 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Cousins. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now Cousins.
Throw out wide to Walker.
And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Nick Folk now on for the field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one.
Folk's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Well, this offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
They'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. And that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll send Mitchell in motion right. It's caught. Mitchell only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be second down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 44-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. The Sanders has got it complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Robinson up the middle.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting. And
it's caught. Touchdown.
And Xavier Worthy.
A 16-yard touchdown. And his guys are able to make this a close game again.
So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we have put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, A prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. A drive that time of 6 plays. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and Kirk Cousins getting ready for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Here's Walker to start the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 85 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Now Cousins.
Open man is Naylor. He's got it.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Second down and 3.
To throw, Cousins.
That's to Naylor once again.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
They'll give it up to the big man Walker. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Here's Cousins. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And the agility got him a few extra before he's taken down right at the 10. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Throwing is Cousins. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Move the chains. A gain of 7 on 3rd down. Cousins to throw it. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. It'll go as nearly a loss of 10 on 1st and goal. So a disaster there. It goes as a 9-yard loss on the sack.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. On the handoff, this is Walker. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal. Cousins now. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Here's Nick Folk now on for the field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy.
Folks' kick is good,
and that will double their lead as it's up to 6.
So 3 points, response there to that opening touchdown of this third quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards, the final tally. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Mitchell. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 18-yard line.
Back to throw here. Looking left side, he's got it complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. Back to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown.
And now Mitchell.
With touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And his guys are just an extra point away now from taking the lead in this game.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? And, you know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in your broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 6.
Throwing, Cousins. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the 1st.
A gear for Walker running right.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. To throw is Cousins. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A pair of 1st downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44.
Hand off here to Walker. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Cousins. And he's got him. Got his man on the end round. Complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down.
On the give, it's Walker. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up.
And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. And they'll send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Will go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up second down. They'll set up to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Mitchell. He's been doing 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. Ooh, with a juke. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. He may go. Touchdown. Bijan Robinson with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. There's still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. Just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
Holding offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Now a run with Walker.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Wow, the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down. Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fights off the defender. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal?
And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The drive stays alive. A third down gain of 8. Again, he'll drop to throw. Running right through him. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And this complete to Mitchell. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 7. Back to throw again. Going to throw right side here, complete. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Robinson will try to pick it up, and Robinson will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack, going to stop him short of the first. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Looking to throw. Able to shake him off. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A big-time sack there on 4th down. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First, on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop them. I like the confidence he showed.
Here's 1st and 10. Cousins. He finds his man, complete. That's Reed. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. The throw right side here going to be incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear of risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him the completion.
Cousins to throw. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Escapes the sack. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15.